explains why he supports Gunna. The nigga ain't told on nobody.
He just got off the phone like 10 minutes ago. About this shit.
Yeah, I heard it before though, so. Yeah.
Okay.
I already heard it.
This is my take on Gunna. I ain't seen nothing on Gunna. Gunna ain't never ain't got no paperwork on Gunna. Gunna did some fuck shit, I feel, as far as he took his deal first. That was the only shit. But the nigga ain't told on nobody. Y'all fall into this other shit with these other niggas that's called everybody a rat. Niggas ain't got no paperwork. Rat on a nigga, you gotta have paperwork, man. When they caught a case and they did something. You know what I mean? That's my opinion on it. Y'all ask me why I support Gunna. It clearly stated that nothing that Gunna said can be used on that man in court. You know what I mean? Nothing he said can be used.
Now listen, just because what Gunna said can't be used against him in court, that don't necessarily mean that what Gunna did was appropriate. Everything he did was a violation and it was a flag on the play, no matter how you flip it. You feel me? And I'm kind of surprised that, well, technically, I'm not surprised, you know. Big U is entitled to his feelings, and he's entitled to carry on about it however he chooses. That go for anybody. But me personally, I definitely see the whole black and white where Gunna is definitely ratting on people. Because it's not a case of Gunna catching a case with an individual and he rolls over on that individual. The whole case that they brought up in, what Gunna's even in jail for, is a conspiracy. You know, that's a RICO. And that's people trying to prove, well, the prosecution and the judge trying to prove that that's an organized crime group. You know, like that's a gang. It's not a record label. You had Kevin Liles get in that courtroom and say that YSL was a record label. And you had a person like Gunna get in that courtroom and say that YSL is a gang. You feel me? The prosecution would not be asking Gunna, is YSL a gang, if it's not beneficial to the prosecution for YSL to be labeled as a gang. You got to catch up and stay focused on those key moments, you know?
On him in court. Where Gunna fucked up, Gunna should not, and I repeat, have let that broad record him and go on there and say anything other than what he needs to say for his case.
Now, that's a flag on the play itself, because from what I'm gathering, when Big U say that Gunna made that mistake by allowing that lady to film him, that wasn't no mistake. The mistake was Gunna doing what he did. You can't control what another person do in life. You can only control your action. So if you give a person something to react to, then that's just what you do. Now, if Gunna was running around passing out 20 turkeys, I'm sure would nobody have a problem with the camera catching him doing that. However, he was doing something that wasn't appropriate. So the fact that somebody caught him in the act of doing the dishonorable deed is a problem. Nah, homie, you know, you just don't really get away with a lot of things, especially in this day and time. Like I've been telling y'all, if y'all been keeping up with me, law enforcement ain't never really respected the rap, because they know in the back of their mind, you are a dishonorable person. They know that yesterday you was this, now today you're this. They just can't respect that, you know? That's why even law enforcement got a whole big old code, how you word it, a blue wall code or some old stuff like that, you know? And if you go against that, they don't view you as a brotherhood no more. You know, you got to honor that blue wall code of blue wall or whatever that is. Somebody put that in the comments. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
But ain't nothing he used gonna be used on him in the court of law. Snitching is when you catch a case and...
Now look, just because it's not going to be used against you in the court of law, that doesn't mean that you didn't do what you did. Gunna did what he did. You know what I mean? He should have never made any statement. He should have never cooperated with the prosecution against his fellow brethren. You know? He just shouldn't have. Because if it's nothing wrong with what Gunna did, then Kevin Lyles didn't have to go up there and put himself on the line and say everything that he said. He could have went up there and said, yeah, Your Honor, YSL is a gang. Yes, Your Honor, this and this, that, and the third. Or just don't even indulge. But he engaged on behalf of a lot of people that's, you know, technically innocent until proven guilty in whatever the case may be. And he chose to put himself on the line for that. Gunna wasn't going to put himself on the line for nothing. He like to eat off the good. He don't want to take what the bad is. You know, when being a part of Thug and the YSL and getting co-signed and getting like people, you know, believing his lyrics and all that was beneficial to him. But he not finna take the bad, you know? And that's why I don't respect that, you know? You got to take that good with the bad. Just like Pimp C said, if you want to be BMF, you want to be Black Mafia family when it's good, you got to be BMF, Black Mafia family when things get bad. And I'm not telling nobody to like not to stop doing whatever you doing before you get it, like stop while you ahead, or don't just continuously to make stupidity choices or do wrongdoing if that's the case. But I'm just saying, in anything you engage in, always be willing to take what come with it. Don't just be out here trying to leech on what's good and not what's bad. You know, that shows the loyalty and the dedication and the honor in you as a person, the integrity. You feel me?
You telling the motherfucker. If anything, to me, it would help. It would help Thug case because anybody who heard that,
Man,
they can say that that's gonna tamper with the witness. Because
and it's kind of crazy because even Flakko just kind of threw a man out in the air because everybody understand like the biggest thing that they trying to like dead bang get Thug grabbed up for, I mean convicted for, is the whole conspiracy of the RICO. So Gunna did more than just a little bit to hurt Thug campaign. You know, if Gunna would have got up there and said that YSL is not a gang, that shit would have been carrying a lot more favor in the form for Thug. But the fact that, you know, Gunna did what he wanted to do on behalf of himself, he's very much of a selfish individual in that moment.
clearly said they can't use none of his statements in court. By her putting his statements out on the air, that clearly fucks up her case.
man, hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
I met Big U, and he was always nice to me.
Okay.
You know, very, very good man to me. So, I don't really, again, I'm not going to try to contribute to stopping this man back. You feel me? If this man want to co-sign Gunna, because Gunna is, you know, is paying the wolves, shit, hey.
And you see what path that Flakko was going down. He's going down the path of acting like Big U is bending his morals for a bag. That's what Flakko was gathering from that. So if Flakko gathered that from that situation, imagine how everybody else gathered that, you know, from that statement that Big U took down. I mean, put out. Flakko said Big U's co-signing Gunna. You know, that's what he gathered from that. So we got to be mindful on what we do out here because people interpretate what they choose to interpretate. And I'm not saying that Big U did something wrong to his belief. I'm not saying that he made a mistake. He doing what he chooses to do and go about it. But that don't necessarily mean that Big U is right. And that don't mean just because Big U spoke out that mean Gunna right. You know? Just being a Benji.
You feel me?
Well, that's what I was going to
So wait. He still co-signing when he said he did some fuck shit? How is he co-signing?
Co-sign. What I was going to ask.
Hey, he did some fuck shit though, man. But hey, that's still my guy. I fuck with him because he ain't
This is
snitch,
like
man.
his son, bro. I keep telling y'all, nigga, Michael and motherfucking Gunna is.
And Flakko was actually right at this about that because Big U is co-signing what he's doing because what Big U had stated was Gunna didn't do anything wrong, and then he made the loophole on the only thing that he did do wrong, you know? But when you still interacting with a person, you know, birds of a feather flock with each other. guilty by association is a real thing. No matter how much we want it to not be true, it is a true statement. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what's taking place. And Big U is co-signing Gunna because he's saying that he didn't tell on somebody, when technically he told on a broad, like a whole bunch of people. He told on anybody that's supposed to be labeled YSL. You might have woke up, been a part of YSL, and you might have been finna become a doctor for YSL, like whatever it might be, you know, a good college student. But now your YSL is considered a gangbanger because a person like Gunna couldn't take accountability and ride his wave to wherever that takes him. You know, he wanted to cop out and do the dishonorable stuff, so no matter what it is, he could save himself in the moment, but it could hurt everybody else.
Best friends, his oldest son and Gunna. That's how I met Gunna, nigga, in 2012, nigga. Y'all not looking
Before he
at
was
family
on.
reasons. Y'all don't know what a nigga helped get started, bro.
See, Bricc Baby is pointing out some things, but it just don't matter in this case, because what would carry weight on what Big Baby is saying is like if Big U was interacting with Gunna not publicly, if he was interacting with him at the family barbecue, if he was doing whatever he do based upon family stuff. But when you run around publicly with a guy and you speak against, you know, or speak on behalf of something that he done, then you're indulging on the street part of things. So he's not like trying to interact with Gunna just because they got a bond or relationship based upon him viewing him as a son. He's like clearing his name from the street perspective. So it's deeper than just the whole we're family and he not gonna hate Gunna, he not gonna hurt Gunna, he just gonna only interact with him on some family stuff. No, he's saying that he's not a rat. You know, that's speaking in volumes.
That nigga Gunna could never get me to beef with Cuz or say nothing bad. Gunna like nigga was competing with God when I was in jail when I came home, nigga.
But question though, so what have
That was a strong statement for Big Baby to say that when he got out of jail, Gunna was neck to neck with God to him. He's entitled to his own feelings and how he go about it, you know? But, you know, you might ruin that relationship with a lot of other people who do not co-sign with what Gunna did, you know? And just because a person do things for you, that don't mean, like, you can't take away from what a person did for you for your behalf. Can't take that away from Gunna on what he did for Bricc Baby or anybody else. But we also can't take away from what Gunna did. You did that dishonorable deed. You gotta earn that. I mean, you earned that. You gotta wear that.
as what somebody has done for the hood? When has that ever played into the fact of them snitching?
Always. He never snitched.
He just explained how he did.
You ain't never caught a case. So how can
listen.
you call a nigga a snitch? You keep going into shit, you gotta know what you talk about.
Okay.
Like, it's cool, but you never caught a case. A cop in a plea,
Okay.
before the rest of the people, is frowned upon. It's not called snitching. It's
It's a
called
different
copping
word
out.
for it. Okay.
It's called...
What Bricc Baby is defending is something that it's not even worth defending. Nobody's even really mad at him of Gunna like taking a plea necessarily. It's the fact that he said yes, that the judge asked him, is YSL a gang? And he said, yes, it is, Your Honor. That's the problem. It's not necessarily about him taking pleas and he was gonna get a lighter sentence. It wasn't none of that. It's about what he agreed about in his plea. You know, when they're facing a RICO, where the biggest thing is to conspire to prove that we all conspire to be a criminal organization. And you're saying, yes, we are a criminal organization. That is telling, you know? And I gotta put that out there because I love trying to save somebody. And if a young person coming up can grab this information and not do the same stuff that Gunna did, or not fall victim to a person who did what Gunna did, then I'm all for that. Now, whatever a grown person or a person that's, made their mind up can do what they want to do and say what they want to say, that's their business. But when it comes to keeping it a Benji, I'm going to always keep it a Benji because people's lives is at stake. And I like to put honor stuff out there because the more honorable stuff I put out there in the world, then the more that your kids and my kids or anybody that, we care about for the next generation possibly got a better chance on making it in the world. Because there's more honorable stuff sitting around on the playing field. The more we start just letting dishonorable stuff be on the playing field and let it just take its course, then we just only putting more damage in the community or the society or the world, however we flip it, So I never have no hesitation when it comes to standing up on honorable stuff.
Copping out.
Yes.
Snitching is when you get caught and you give some information that is relevant with the situation that you got motherfucking booked for.
Yes.
Or period. If you put another nigga in jail with your statements, that's snitching.
Okay.
See, you could still be considered a person that's cooperating with law enforcement or snitching and don't necessarily put a person in jail. Just like if you snitch or tell on the dead, you still was snitching. You was cooperating. Like I always tell people, if you get in a room and you separate it from two sides and you put half the people in the room that say they never did no cooperating with law enforcement in the form of a criminal investigation, people that have never made no statement, never did no snitching, and you put them on one side, and then you put people on the other side that's you snitched on somebody, you put somebody in jail, you made statements that helped the prosecution in a criminal case. Those are things that's viewed as a snitch. You can view it or flip the term however you do, but Gunna cooperated in a criminal case on behalf of the prosecution. You feel me? Helping Thug or helping anybody else, he would have said that wasn't a game. That's all I'm saying. It's weird to me that everybody want to try to make a defense. Well, it's not weird because I get it why people can benefit or why it suits them. But we still got to keep it a Benji. And when people want to put that on themselves and get put out there as not keeping it a Benji, then that's something they got to wear themselves forever.
Hey, did Thug get the rental car for the gang members to slide in? Yes, ma'am. That's snitching. You get what I'm saying?
What?
See, he's flipping it to a confusing situation. It's like, yeah, they don't need for Gunna to say that Thug directly went and got a rental car for the gang to commit a crime in. They just need him to say that Thug is tied in with those individuals through a conspiracy organization that's based upon committing the crime. So that's a lighter way for him to make Thug pay for what they did, as opposed to making it a deeper situation and trying to get to the meat and potatoes about it. They don't need Gunna to be saying, oh yeah, I seen him rent the car so they can commit a crime. They just need him to say that Thug and those in that car are one and the same. They all share the same opinion and the same goals on elevating criminal organization. That's it. And you shouldn't even feel comfortable to tie Thug into them individuals in the form of any level of criminal activity. And being a gangbanger is considered being a terrorist. And that's not nothing cool to be saying that somebody is.
Though, right?
Because they never got no new information from Cuz. What he did was heard right now today and just said yes to everything.
No.
Instead of redoing
right?
his deal.
See, there you go. It's not about the new information they was looking for from Gunna. They were looking for him to confirm something. That's what people be failing to realize. If you see, it's just like, you ain't gotta say you witnessed the person commit the crime, but you confirming that they actually did. Oh yeah, I didn't witness them do the crime, but they told me out their own mouth, yeah, they did. You're confirming criminal activity. Being a part of a gang is criminal activity. So when he said, yes, they all participate in gang activity. Yeah, they're a gang. Yeah, they all participate in illegal activity. That's what he said.
But what if though, right? So thugs in his like defense is we are a record label. So what if Gunna saying and confessing that YSL is a gang? What if that's being used against Thug? Is that still not telling?
If it was,
if Thug and co-signer?
if it was, Thug's father would have said that it was affecting his case.
Hold on.
He said it wasn't.
Are they the first people from YSL to catch a case and they labeled them as gang members from YSL?
I don't think.
Fuck no.
Anybody
At
else
YSL are
that was a
niggas
gang,
in prison right now with YSL screaming black and slat, niggas stabbing motherfuckers, and are they in there heavy with the slime life before this shit even came?
I'm sure, right?
All right, so it's documented in the state prison gang files, it's documented on the street gang file.
And not only for Bricc baby, but for anybody who wants to put that defense, I need y'all to break it down for me in the comments. If all of that is so well documented and all that is just, we don't even got to put no puzzle together, what was the need for them to ask Gunna, is YSL a gang? If it didn't need no purpose, if it didn't carry no weight, why would they ask Gunna to make that statement? It's because they needed that statement. They needed him to confirm that. You feel me? Because he's directly tied in and involved with Young Thug. So whatever 100 other people do, that don't make it okay because you do the same. Yeah, if 100 people say, yeah, I just seen such and such do something, I'm not going to be the 101st. 101, whatever. It's not the Dalmatians. It's not the movie. I'm not the 101 Dalmatian. Whatever another person do, fine, do it. That don't mean I'm going to do it just because somebody else did it. That's the whole mindset where like, oh, come up out from under the car. We caught. No, we not caught. You're caught. They caught you. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
All they did was ask Cuz, and Cuz could have said, I don't know. Like, nigga, that's where he fucked up. But, nigga, they're asking shit that they already could confirm for, like, 12 different cases.
Now, hear what he just said. He just pretty much kept it 100 and said that, he should have shut up and he shouldn't have said nothing. But he's trying to lighten it up and say that he only told them what they already know. When people start making him excuses like, nah, he just told them what they already know, then we don't even got to debate it. What Gunna did was a dishonorable act. Whether you feel like he's a snitch or a rat, that's your profession. That's your personal feeling. But can't nobody take away from the fact that what Gunna did was a dishonorable act.
That's like a nigga asking me in court, like, is the Rolling 60s a gang or a label? It's all type of documentaries about the hood everywhere. What are you talking about?
Did you say yes in court though? That
I'm not letting you ask me about no gangbanging. But
the facts.
See, that's one of the things that I be saying. It's like the defense can only carry so much weight when you would probably do it yourself. When Bricc Baby just said that he not finna answer no gang questions and all that in the courtroom, then you gotta keep that shit a Benji, man. That mean it was pretty much wrong for Gunna or anybody else to do it. That's why Bricc Baby wouldn't do it. Gotta be mindful about that.
You a member of the Rolling 60s? If you got enough evidence to figure that out, then yeah, nigga. But no.
And let me tell all y'all coming up, the kids, the youth, whatever it may be, hopefully you don't have to go through certain trials and tribulations in these streets. But if you coming from these poverty environments and this is outside the door, this is what you end up having to be a part of, just know, the police know what they know, and they ain't gonna take their time out to. They're not gonna waste their time on asking you something that they already got the information about. If they know, let them know. What do you need me for? What are you asking me for? If you know your information, then you know enough. Then what you need me for? What you need me to be the face card for the wrongdoing? So no matter how you flip it, he still was he was just a weak guy. Even if they just effed over him just to paint him as a foul guy, he's still a weak guy for giving them that fuel to burn himself.
The thing is this though, right?
If Rolling 60's a game, I might do say yeah in court. Like, I might tell her, duh, bitch.
The thing is, the thing is this though, right?
Fuck, I talk crazy in that motherfucker. Duh, bitch. What the fuck else is it?
But like, here's the difference though, right? Is they're currently in court and on this RICO case, right? And Thug is saying, I'm not part of no gang. You feel me, right? Like, this is like a music label.
Right.
So Gunna contradicting what Thug is saying without asking Thug for permission and saying, fuck what that nigga talking about. That's just a gang, man.
And that's the fuck
That's
shit that you said. That's what he said. That's the fuck shit.
That's miscommunication, Flakko.
No, that's
and we've established that on the show before.
That's the very definition of telling.
If he had talked to Thug, though, it would be okay.
They're gang members. YSL is a gang, man. That's
what he said?
He said YSL is a gang. That's telling.
He just said yes. What did he say? She the one that asked the question, right?
Yeah. And he said yes.
You're acting like he volunteered information. You keep trying to make it snitch.
Yeah.
The shit you did.
Whether you confirm a crime, get caught up in the jam, and then bring up the crime, or do you just be a good Samaritan and you wake up and call and say, hey, I got crime information? You either hold your tongue or you use it. It don't matter. Just because you don't volunteer, that don't take it away from that dishonorable deed. That's what Gunna did. And it's kind of sad in this situation that a person like Flakko is actually on the right side of things. You know?
The shit you did is snitching.
What?
The calling the shit on Punch Made Dev, that's called snitching.
Of course.
All right.
I can snitch though.
Yeah, you can. But what I'm telling you is, if you're not, he copped out. He copped out. Yeah. He did some fuck shit by copping out. He never gave. He didn't give no new information.
Where this fuck shit ends and where the snitching starts, because now that the line's being grayed out.
I like that question Flakko asked because I need that answer myself.
You know me? Right? Because
I just told you, if fuck shit ain't no fucking thing. He copped out.
Right.
He copped out. That's called a cop out. You nigga, you cop it, please. You know when a nigga about to fight and the nigga get the reason and niggas the term cop it, please. That's what he did. It's frowned over. Like he's copping out, nigga. Yeah. He went the easy route, nigga.
Question, right? So we're here, right? So look, so if we catch a case together, right?
If y'all catch a case,
yeah, right. And I take a proffer agreement first and admit, yes, this happened. Yes, this happened. Yes, this happened. Yes, we're this. Yes, we're this. Yes, we're this.
Yeah.
Without talking to you, is that snitching?
That's called.
You said a proffer agreement. That's not a proffer agreement.
Yes, man, we are a gang.
That happened with Junior Mafia.
When you go to interrogate.
That happened with Junior Mafia.
Gunna got a 0-minute interrogation tape. You got an interrogation tape. That means you told. You didn't let them present. Listen, bro. The Thug lawyer can eat that up like, hey, you offered a nigga a walk now deal and he said whatever he said to get out of jail, nigga. How you gonna ask a Crip if the blood gang's the blood?
That's
how do you ask a nigga like? How do you ask a nigga that?
That is a good point.
But like that's the point that people are saying, right? Is why do Thug have to go to court and overcome anything Gunna said? Right? Again.
But Jeffrey's father said that it didn't negatively affect his case. He did.
But then Thug also told Lil Durk and Lil Baby, fuck that bitch ass nigga.
Where's the on that call?
No.
That might have been AI.
Teddy Nash said that he got that personally from Thug and him.
He got to see confirmation.
Teddy Nash got what from him?
That audio?
The audio.
Teddy Nash was talking to Thug.
And also, from what I did catch up, gather from keeping up with the YSL case, is that the only thing that's really strong to even bring Thug down is the RICO and the conspiracy. Like, outside of that, it's not really a lot of, like, dead bang, him caught red-handed. Like, I think it was some found when he got arrested. But outside of that, it's not like all these crimes on the list can directly get tied in to Thug. It's the conspiracy that they trying to get Thug caught up in. So as long as they can tie him into everything, it's just a cakewalk for the prosecution to do whatever they want to do with Thug. You feel me? So people got to take that in consideration. Like, once that they start giving weight and volume to them being an organized crime, it's like, you know, that was just totally just shutting down a lot of defense on behalf of Thug and anybody else. And remember, it was like 2 other guys from YSL that was sitting in the back of the courtroom that chose not to take no plea. Could have went home, could have took the same deal. Why they chose not to? We got to consider that sometime. Why do a person choose to want to go through more suffering for something honorable? You know, it got to be because they got to be keeping it honorable. When a person can easily just go to the easy stuff, just move over, just like, I'm gonna go jump in the easy way, you know?
He said he got that directly from Thug and
He
him.
got a voice message directly from Thug.
Yes. Because Thug sent it to, you feel me, right? Right?
To who?
No, the voicemail, feel me, right? You feel me, right? And guess what, also, too, guess what?
So you telling me that Cedric Nash got direct contact with Thug?
And screen recorded that conversation.
Thug's kept, yes. He told me yes, right? And he has direct.
Do you believe him?
Yes. He don't lie, right? You feel me? Yeah,
Wow.
right?
You don't lie.
No, feel me? What?
Oh, so he was telling the truth on the
Did he
news
lie?
thing. I mean, he would rather be a liar right now.
I have a question.
Go ahead. What's
Yes,
it?
If Gunna's album had flopped, if he didn't have his album Returning, had flopped, if he didn't have the big hit single and the sold out Barclay shows and all that, do you think that Big U would be on live discussing that situation?
Big U,
still?
yes.
Big U,
Big U,
fucking
yes.
with Cuz when he first got, hell yeah.
I didn't say not fuck. I said on like being on live discussing, like putting his name, associating his name.
Yes, Big U's a good nigga.
And taking
What-
pictures together. and
No,
stuff
what
like that.
happened is, he was doing that when that's what I'm saying. You ain't been following, nigga. Before Gunna even dropped the song since he been home, he been,
Just left your food up there.
yeah. I'm looking like, what the fuck?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but he been in Cuz corner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really do too much talking about Unc and them, but since it's on the shit, like, look, the nigga copped out. He did what he did. He did some fuck shit, but you said the word snitch, and you got it, like, the internet's building a new word for snitching.
Yeah.
Like, a new whole term. Like, anything you do is snitching. Like, hold on, guys.
It's not the internet now.
No, it's the internet. Listen,
It's
what
street
I'm telling you.
niggas who said Gunna told.
Nah, it's not.
What
It's
street
regular
niggas? Cuz
civilians.
these
A lot
niggas
of
ain't been
niggas-
catching no case. Look, all them
Rockstar
niggas.
said Gunna told.
Listen, you said who?
Rockstar said Gunna told.
Rockstar.
Why you pointing at me when you say
pull up
Rockstar?
KK
Rockstar.
said it.
Pull up
KK said
Rockstar
Rockstar
record.
sold.
Pull up Cuz record.
KK said Rockstar.
And what I tell KK?
What?
You was in the room with me.
Oh, I hear.
We got all that. We went to the bottom of that. You can't say that he told because he never got interrogated. Cuz what did he tell?
If
We
you
on
take
to the
a
next
plea
subject.
deal-
I don't know why I'm conversing
Right,
with
right.
a nigga that
No,
never called a
no.
case. That's why you don't know. You ain't been in jail. You know how many times I got
But the street
13
niggas say
felonies,
that though,
nigga.
Bricc.
I got 13 felonies, nigga. On the dead homies. I know what is what.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to convince
Oh,
him
6-0.
what's
Street niggas
snitching
saying that, though.
and what's copping the
What
plea.
street niggas? These niggas that done
Rockstar.
did a year. Nigga, he's never been to jail either.
But he's from the streets though.
Who gives a fuck? If you
Hey,
ain't
gang
never
member,
been to
though.
jail, you don't know it, man. Come on, gang.
But they're gang member though.
Man, these niggas, listen, bro. Who gives a fuck? I'm not fighting for Gunna.
Dirk said he snitched.
He did some fuck shit.
Dirk said he snitched. Come on now.
Okay.
Dirk is a rapper.
Come on. And Dirk got cases. Dirk a street nigga. You feel me? Right?
You gonna make me say some crap. Next subject.
All right, let's go, man.
Yeah, because these niggas ain't credible. These niggas is wiggling up out of they shit. How they wiggling up out of they shit, nigga? And nigga, don't watch this.
Ooh.
I guarantee you, cuz you gonna eat your words by the end of the case. How about that?
What?
We can make a bet right now.
What?
Why is Brick Baby on the screen?
What? Wait, what's the bet though?
That you gonna eat your words about Gunna. It's gonna be some way crazier shit. How much you wanna bet?
Oh, sure. Okay.
We bet
Some
nigga 100 push-ups.
Yeah, I was gonna say something.
Yeah, 100 push-ups.
No, come on.
100 push-ups, 10 at a time.